tree here. There you are. Yeah, it's a bit far in a hurricane.
Well, I am now completely in the shade and the sun is sort of, well, not going yet, not disappearing yet at all, but oh, I missed that view. Did you miss that view? Look at that, what a flat calm. Absolutely gorgeous. That sort of autumnal colours creeping in. You know, absolutely beautiful. So, there we go. There's the old World War II control tower from RAF Ibsley. It was quite poignant today as I watched that Lancaster fly over and the Spitfire and a Hurricane fly over. Really just sort of, yeah, quite moving in some ways. Must be my age, I would say. Sort of gets me going a little bit, but there we go. But yeah, it's obviously grandparents that were in the war and stuff, just makes you realise what it must have been like, you know. But we're lucky. We're now sitting here on this beautiful fishing lake, waiting and wondering whether we're going to catch a carp this evening or tonight. Don't know. Does it really matter? Probably not. In all honesty, for me, just nice to chill out and unwind. Start feeling a lot better, which is good. Means I'm going to have a hard week at work next week, but I've done it before, so I'll do it again. Maybe I just don't get down here till Thursday next week. Save me having to rush and muck around. Don't know. Sorry about the crunchy gravel. I was trying to get a sort of a different angle on the view of the lake. There we go. That looks nice, doesn't it? Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. Truly amazing. On that note, I shall catch up with you tomorrow. Well, one misty morning. I'm not sure if you can see the mist blowing there. But yeah, I'm up a bit later than I'd planned because when I got up earlier, I was just confronted by a complete and utter wall of mist. So I wasn't getting up. I was just going to stay in bed and thingy. Once the sun came on my bivvy, I knew it was time to get out and yeah, and see where we're going. Got a bit of a wind blowing in my face at the moment, which is good. I think the wind was going to be doing that. I thought it was going to be blowing from behind me at some point, but yeah. Yeah, unfortunately those twitching quite nicely a couple of times, a few little liners and things, but since then it's all gone quite horrible, really. But not a lot you can do. But yeah, it's a lovely misty morning. I'll have to like zoom in a bit on our hang on. Yeah, don't look as good if you zoom in, unfortunately. But there we go. Flying past there quite at a rate, and then if I do it there, you can actually see it drifting by. Really, around my door at the moment, so it's all damp in here as well. So I've got my door half open rather than fully open because it was just blowing in here. Yes, not used to things being damp, but there we go. Anyway, we shall see where we go. We'll check the forecast. Have a message another member that's fishing a couple of lakes, well, sort of down on the bottom lake. I think he had one not long after he got here, so he might have done better than me. Don't know. Interesting swim that is. I think you can sort of see if I do it like that. Really, absolutely beautiful. Not really neat up there is the deer to go walking by, don't I? That'd be really good. How effective this is looking, I have no idea, but the mist is really blown across through here. It looks spectacular to me, but whether it's going to look spectacular for you, I don't know. To play it back and have a look in a little while and see. But yeah, it's looking good. Sun's going to be out. There's, yeah, not a cloud in the sky at the moment. Oh, well. Phew, yeah. Oh well. We will see, shan't we? We will see. Interesting. Not only the best conditions, but I'll have to keep an eye out in the margins and things. I think today and tomorrow I'm going to put some bait out. I might have to start doing some really nice things with one rod to try and sort of yeah, develop some takes and things. Oh well. Right, I'm gonna put a jumper on, would you please? It's nice. It's better than last week, isn't it? Sure, Bennett. This time last week in the morning, you weren't putting a jumper on. You were oh dear. I was trying to hide under the trees already, wasn't I? Oh well, rightio. Look, you can see that. I don't know. This blown through here, it's quite funny. And you see the sparkliness on the roof of the bivvy with the dew and everything. There. Yeah, it's certainly very autumnal, isn't it? Rightio. Rightio indeed. First coffee of the day, I think, is needed. Really do. Oh, cheers. Good morning. First brew of the day. First sip of the day. Lovely. As you can see behind me, the old Aussie panels are open and the sun looks like it's beating down on the bivvy. And for sure it is. It's yeah, I've checked the forecast. I think I've been done, to be honest with you. Not a lot I can do about this. Yeah, my days are my days that I fish. Yeah, realistically, bit of a shame, but it's looking like it's going to be 22 today and 24 tomorrow, and the time Sunday afternoon comes, it's going to be perfect weather for fishing. But yeah, cheers. Oh well, not a lot I can do about it. Is there really? Not at all. Not at all. But yeah, I think I'll have to work extremely hard to catch some fish out of this trip. Yeah, I'm not going to sort of wait another night. I think I'm going to start sort of planning things now and trying to sort of work out what to do. Don't think there's any point in moving swim. I don't think. It's pretty much, the fish are around here, and the fish are around. They're everywhere. They're quite sort of nomadic here, and it's possibly might do 2 nights here and then just sort of move the lake behind me. Don't know. I don't know. I'd like to fish the margins, I must admit, but to be honest with you, I'm not 100% sure I was going to do the all sort of 4 nights anyway, to be perfectly honest with you. As we sort of, I'm starting to need my sleep before I go and, get out. I'm finding that I'm doing the Wednesday, Thursday and Friday and then having a decent night's sleep in bed on, well, that was. Saturday and Sunday is actually good for me, to be perfectly honest with you. So I think I've got to focus more on myself at the moment, what's good for me, and hopefully then what's good for the fish will sort of come along as well. We just have to plan it out really. I'm toying with the idea of margin spots, to be perfectly honest with you. I think that might have to be something I'll go and do. I'll bait up a couple of margin spots. I need sort of see when Ian comes down to whether I can, if he goes sort of further to the right, I might do 2 rods on the margin. If not, I might just just do the left hand margin and carry on fishing out where I've baited up. What I've got to decide is which one of the 2 spots that I put bait on. So I didn't put a great deal on it though. I put 10 spoms over it. Which one of these 2 spots is the one that's actually sort of keep fishing, keep baiting, keep the bait on. Obviously, fishing the margins is every time you catch a fish, you sort of like wreck your swim really. So I normally like to sort of fish a little bit further away from actually where I'm fishing. But you can't really do that here because of the overhanging trees and snags and stuff realistically. Yeah, so it's what we about 9ish, maybe a little bit before 9. I'll spend a few hours thinking about this. A little bit of a wander about maybe. Might even suggest to Ian he actually sort of goes behind me because that, don't know, see what he fancies realistically. He might not be down to the middle of the afternoon. I don't know. So we'll sort of see where we go from there really. But it's not looking too favourable at the moment, I must admit. Yeah, so need to put some thought. I think I've got to get my thinking cap on. So I'm going to bid you farewell for now. And yeah, I'm sort of a bit thinking out the box and what I do realistically. Yeah, I'm going to try and sort of crack this little nut. I know that I know the fish are around here, and I know they move through here. And I clearly hear yesterday morning. I haven't seen anything yet, but it's early days. I think they've got the heads well and truly stuck in the ground at the moment feeding. They start showing sort of 10 o'clock onwards. That's sort of like a generally good sign of where they've been feeding. They'll be over the shallow areas across the other side of the lake. It's sort of problematic in its own right, to be perfectly honest with you. Ducks and swans over there are just, the chances of catching one would be, well, bookies wouldn't take that bet, I don't think. We're pretty much done for, really. Yeah, but a little bit of thought, a little bit, what I actually sort of do. So, right, I'm not concentrating completely at the moment. I've got to get my head around this and then sort of see where we go and move on. So once I've sorted that out and things, I'll be back to you, boys and girls. Be back to you. I'm having a wander around, and I'm seriously considering moving into this swim here. When Ian comes down, I need to wait for Ian to come down, because if I move out now, someone can move into where Ian might want to go. So it's sort of play the waiting game really. Won't take me long to move and tidy everything up anyway. As I'm just sort of look at the back of where I'm fishing now, realistically. I'll just keep watching here. This is where I saw the fizzing and fish showing yesterday. Yeah, I don't know, there's something sort of drawing me to here, really. Yeah, I have to sort of stand and watch, and no real fizzing signs or anything at the moment. There's a few little bubbles and things, but that's about it, really. Kingfish has just gone whizzing by. I'll grab the camera and show you, really. I'll spin you around. There you go. In fact, actually, if I spin you around completely around, my swim is sort of over there. You can probably see bits and pieces of it. But yeah, so I'm sort of contemplating this one. No one really goes in here, so even if I don't move here until 6 o'clock tonight, it's not going to make much difference to me, realistically. Must be doing a social with Ian, so we've got to be reasonably sensible about what we're actually doing. He's got to be happy as well as I've got to be happy. I'm not saying I'm not happy where I am at the moment, but I don't know. I like the way the wind's pushing in here. I've got to go back and have a little study of what the weather's going to be. Doing. Yeah. Where the wind's blowing and what it's actually up to. I don't really know at the moment. It's a good bit of, got to think about it. I really got to think about it. Then I don't know what time it's going to be down. Okay, it does. If I wander, there's a guy that's fishing the other side of this lake. You see those trees? He's just fishing the other side of there, fishing the bottom lake. Interested to see what he's had, whether he's experienced the same as me last night. I'll make them line up a little bit more, I think. Yeah. I'm not going to go anywhere until midges. We're not going to do anything until sort of 11, half 11 anyway. The fish, there's a fair chance of picking up a fish between now and then. Right, well I can hear if anything shows in here. So it's time to wander back to my swim, I think. Let's just take it up that, and you can see. I do quite like this sort of raw style of doing it. As soon as I catch the trees like that in the bushes, and the camera goes flying. Hear the brambles on my feet now. And you can see exactly what I said, it's not exactly very far away. Little baby wren there. Wasn't a tread on it. There we are, we are just there. So yeah. Just take it and see where we go, really, what we do. I'm going to put on another cup of coffee and yeah, sit, watch and study this, to be perfectly honest with you. What I need to do, stand out here, study what's going on here, making a real sort of determinations what exactly is going on realistically. Yeah. Look dead. It isn't. The fish are just sort of doing what they do at the moment. They do not show themselves. They'll be all very peaceful and quiet. I said until about sort of 10ish, really. Sometimes they sort of start showing themselves about quarter 10, something like that. Right, I'll have another brew. Ah, dearie me. Wow, what a lot of tosh that was. Not a thing last night. Actually, I probably should put my my thing on, which I can't think of the word of it is at the moment. And he just got up. So I'll just quickly show you around, and then there we go. Right, I didn't do a video last night. I didn't do a video yesterday afternoon. In fact, all went not the way I was planning. A thoroughly enjoyable afternoon, wasn't it? Basically, I popped round about 12 o'clock. I thought I'd go for a wander, pop round and have a chat with one of the other members on here, and took a couple of cans of beer each. It turned out that he had some beer as well, and 4 hours later I came back. I wasn't really up for thinking about moving or something like that. Ian set up pod thing. Ian set up his sort of like normal swim down there. He'd had a good look about, led about. You can't see him, he's sort of through the trees. He had a good look about, led about, and look in the back of the middle lake. So a quick chat with him when he came back, and he just said he was not really seeing anything at all whatsoever. Not really sort of inspiration, to be fair. So we'll just he'll pitch up on his little favourite spot, and we'll have a social and concentrate on that. Really. Problem is, you won't see it. There's a strand of spiderweb hanging down there. Spiderwebs are everywhere at the moment because the thing's blowing. Not sure if I can get close to any of these, but there we go. May see them, may not see them. So I just basically topped up the swim again in the same positions I started off in. That seems to be the sort of best solution. My sort of thought process at the moment. And here we are this morning, very similar to yesterday morning, really. So very similar to yesterday morning. Very similar thoughts to yesterday morning. Ian's not caught anything. I've just sort of wandered up there. His net's where he puts his net when he's waiting for a fish, and his mats. He don't get his mat out until he's had a fish. Oh, excuse me. So that's sort of still there, really. Not really any real signs of fish yesterday at all, really. So I'm gonna do something out of the box today, most definitely. I'm not gonna move. I think I've decided that at the moment. It's no sort of it was sort of 22, 23 and sunny yesterday, and it's going to be 22, 24 and sunny today. So these fish are just definitely done to the weather, I feel. Not ideal, realistically, unfortunately. So what I think I'm going to do, it goes deep. Well, that on that wind line out there. So I'm going to put in the shadow of that big island tree. I'm going to put a lot of bait down there, and then another margin rod. So I'm going to might do 2 margin rods. Might go just literally just out here in front of me, sort of out there really. Might even put my back leads on. I don't know, it's always a bit precarious putting back leads on, but anyway, we shall see. Yeah, just slack line it down there, I think. Just something completely different. The fish, there's quite deep gully along here. The fish have been known to go backwards and forwards and along here, but there's been no signs of fish. I was up my usual number of wees in the night, and yeah, no fish crashing, nothing at all whatsoever. So yeah, what do you do? I don't know really. I said I had looked about moving over across here, but I just don't think. Well, seen nothing yesterday. He came down and saw nothing either. So it's not conducive to doing anything. Yeah, so I can't think of anything really what to do really. A mist blowing through there. Lovely, isn't it really? Lovely. Anyway, I'm going to get a brew on, I think. This is due to call soonish, so I'll get over it. Make sure I'm not still on here while she does that. I'll have a brew and contemplate my actions. I'm not going to do anything until lunchtime. I want to see if the fish show themselves, anything at all. Before I sort of commit. Doing the 4th night. This is often now coming up to the 3rd night already. Time flies. You're having fun, believe you me. Don't know. Really don't know. Down to the weather. Down to the weather. Down to the weather, I think. Yeah, I'm not really not feeling it on here, to be perfectly honest with you. I think it'd be a little bit more comfortable sitting on meadow, but from what I can gather on meadow, I can get a swim on there at the moment, so glad I'm here. But I know one thing, when I get back next week, definitely going to have to think out the box on the swim front. It's something completely different. Right, coffee time.